Good evening. Welcome to Valter Shaman. I haven't been making videos on this channel for a long time. The reason is that I'm writing. So I finished one book and then I started another one. And the writing is this. What I'm talking about here on this channel, that's what I'm writing about, you see. So I get it out of my system. But today I was writing about something that I thought, I have to talk about this too. It's about feeling sorry for people. Now, I realize this about myself. I don't feel sorry for people. You see? When they have problems or situations, I don't feel sorry for them. Now, it's different with people that I really like, of course. When something happens to them, when they are hurt or something, my grandchildren or, my children or my girlfriend, right? I can feel it, I feel it almost as strong as they are. So it's an empathy thing, right? But I really don't feel sorry for them. And there's a reason for this. Because this is what I learned. That people are at different stages in their development and people need challenges. So they are putting themselves up to these challenges so that they can learn and develop. I know this about myself. A lot of trouble that I had in my life or in my lifetimes was about learning. Right? So I got into situations that was really challenging, and then I got out of it and I learned something. So I was thinking about this lady that I met many years ago. I was doing some work in her house and she had this dog and we got to talk, right? And she complained about the dog. And this was her challenge in life, apparently. She had all kinds of problems with this dog. So I thought, okay, so she's at that stage right now where she can face that kind of a challenge, right? Right. And then I was thinking about my older brother who died. He died because of the needle. And it was terrible. I felt terrible about this, and it was very hard for me to talk about it for a long time. And then I thought, I really don't feel sorry for him. I don't, because I understand this. Apparently, he needed this. This needed to happen to him. He thought that he needed it. I didn't think so, but he thought that he needed it. So that he could learn something. And that's what he did too, because I talked to him after he died and he really learned something from this. See? Very different viewpoint after this. So he took the needles and it killed him. And it taught him something. And then of course I know that he's in a very good shape now. So I don't feel sorry for him. Right. Yeah, I'm writing about this stuff. Things like this. And it's just a fantastic activity, writing. I don't know. I know that there's quite a few of you who write. And I think you have this experience too. It's a beautiful thing to do. I have one thing about it, when I'm writing a book like I'm doing now, I get into it so much. So sometimes I feel that I'm living the book. I'm with the people that I'm writing about. And I'll tell you an example of this. So this is from the last book that I wrote, that I finished. And there was a scene in this room, actually. So I was sitting over there writing, and I was describing a scene that was happening in this room. And there's one guy sitting in this chair. And this guy is based on me. Right? And then there's a lady sitting over there. And they are talking. And then they decide to go into town to have lunch. Right? And I'm writing this. Right? So they make the decision to go into town to have lunch. And they get up from, this guy is getting up from the chair and the lady is getting up from the sofa over there. And you know what happened? I think you do. I get up from my chair. You know, and I'm looking at the computer and I think, okay, maybe I should turn it off now as I'm leaving. Wow. All right. That's all. Be good.